It is day number 7. It's the last day of our sourdough bake-a-thon. We've been baking all week, the entire week with our discard, well, my discard, and it's the final day. It's been fun. It's been tiring, but it's been very delicious. Okay, so today we are making cornbread. Like I said, it was voted for yesterday, and we're going to be making two. We're going to be making plain cornbread, and then we're going to be making one with cheese and peppers. Okay, so we have our discard. Listen, we worked our way through this discard this week. Like, if you guys know, Fred's been, this is Junior, he's been full, but we're almost down to half, which I'm excited for because, listen, I have a second container that needs to be depleted. So we're going to be baking up a storm going forward. All right. So basically, is this going to be a traditional cornbread? No. This doesn't have any leavening agent except the sourdough. So we're not using any baking soda, baking powder, or yeast, which is fine. I'm okay with it. And I don't have any honey or maple syrup. So I'm going to be using a little bit of sugar. Okay. But if you have honey or maple syrup, hi T, thanks for joining. If you have maple syrup or honey, you can definitely add it in place of the sugar. And to be honest, the sugar or the maple syrup, so the sweetener, is optional. You really don't have to use it, but I'm using it because I want it in my cornbread. Okay, so we're gonna start, and I want to say this recipe is a base recipe, and then you can have your additives. So everything that I'm using is used for the plain, and then I'm going to add the peppers and the cheese to make the cheese pepper cornbread. Okay, so we're going to start. I was going to say, where's my recipe? Because I need it. Okay, so we're going to use about 250 grams of starter. Discard. I'm going to get a spoon. And it's super active, which I love. Even though it's been in the fridge, it's not dormant, which is fine. So we need 250 grams. Try to keep it close to the amount. If you go under, it's not going to be an issue, but I'm pretty sure if you go a little over and buy like 100 more, you'll have a little issue with this, which you don't want. So about 250 grams. There we go. Yeah, so 250 grams of starter. And I'm so excited because I haven't made cornbread in a while, like years. It's been years since I've made cornbread. It's not necessarily a staple in my house or my culture, honestly. We probably make pone versus cornbread. But either way, I'm excited for this. Okay, so 250 grams of starter. We are going to add milk, which is 200 grams. So we're going to add that in there. And then we're going to add the salt, which is about 5 grams. So like a teaspoon of salt. And then in place of the honey or maple syrup, whatever you want to use in your cornbread, in place of, I'm using sugar only because I don't have honey and I don't have maple syrup. Okay, so it's going to be 15 grams of sugar. So in place of that, you'll do 15 grams of maple syrup or of honey. And then we're going to add 1 egg. 1 egg is about 50 grams, give or take. It's about 50 grams. And then we're also going to add melted butter. If you don't want to use butter, you can use a neutral oil, and it will be the same amount, which would be 50 grams. Just want to make sure you have everything out, because, you know, who wants to waste ingredients? They're so pricey now. And then we're going to mix it up. I know some recipes tell you to add all the dry ingredients, and the dry ingredients would be the salt and the sugar. But I personally like adding salt and sugar to the wet ingredients just so that they can be incorporated nicely. So we're just going to mix it. This is the only part that we can mix and not care. Just mix, mix, mix. Make sure everything is incorporated, and I'm making a mess. But if you're joining us, this is the last day of our sourdough bake-a-thon. We baked all week. We've made cheese crackers, cheese twists, crab cakes, donuts, shrimp, breaded shrimp with bread. Oh my gosh, I made the bread with the extra dough last night. I made it. I'm going to show you in a bit what it looks like. It was so beautiful. Now that I had time to just relax and just roll it how I wanted to, I got 4 nice little buns. And we made garlic bread. And with the extra dough, I made cinnamon rolls. So it's been a really fun and delicious week. So because this, like right here, if you're going to be making the plain cornbread, you would add your cornmeal and your flour together, just so that they can mix in. And then you would add it here. But what I'm making right now is not the plain one. We are making the cheese and peppers. It's the same recipe for both. The only difference is you're adding in cheese and peppers, and you can add in some seasoning if you want. And by seasoning, like some chili flakes, if you want to spice it up. If you want to use jalapeno, you can. I don't like jalapeno peppers, so I'm just using sweet peppers. So just mix your flour up like this, just so everything is evenly distributed, the cornmeal and the flour. So it is going to be 100 grams of flour and 120 grams of cornmeal, just regular old cornmeal, the yellow one, plain and simple, okay? So this would be where you would add this in and stir. But I'm going to add a little bit of chili flakes into this, just to spice it up. We're going to add it in. We're going to mix. And this is the last time you're going to be using your whisk, because we don't want to overmix it. Because if you overmix it, you'll get a tough product. You don't want no hard cornbread. Like, who does that, right? So we're going to add our flour into our liquid mixture right here. And we're going to stir, but mostly fold. Just gently stir so everything can be incorporated and you don't have any lumps of flour or cornmeal. Because isn't that the worst? You bite into a baked product and then you have this patch of flour. Like, no. We don't like that over here. So you just mix it, make sure everything is moist. You don't do it vigorously, just nice and smooth. Make sure everything is fully lubricated. Fully, completely. So that looks good. And then we're going to add the peppers. So it's about 60 grams of peppers. I'm using yellow, orange, and red peppers in this. Now, again, if you are going to do it plain, you would stop after you add your flour. And then you would cover it and let it rest. But we're just doing the one with the peppers. Spice it up a little. So again, it's about 60 grams of pepper. give or take. You can use jalapeno peppers. Honestly, you can add more peppers if you want. And I had my cheese in the fridge only because it's a bit warm in Toronto right now, and I didn't want them to melt before they actually got in. So we're gonna add the cheese in this section. But as you can see, this is what your dough looks like, which is fine. All the lumps are gone. And then we're gonna add the cheese. So it's about also 60 grams of cheese. This is cheddar, and I just grated them. And we're just gonna stir it in, but fold it in, I should say. Stir is a little different. We're gonna fold it in so that we can get cheese in every bite. And I honestly think you can experiment to see how much cheese you can put without actually damaging the product itself, because too much of one thing will definitely change the structure. But you can experiment. Right now I have 60 grams of cheese, and that would be perfect for me. Yeah, so you just mix it, incorporate it, and it should be like this, which is pretty easy. You whip it up in less than 5 minutes. Amazing. I like easy bakes. I do not like anything that takes too long. I really don't. Yeah, it's looking real good. Okay, so this is the dough. This is what you have. And we're just going to cover it. Now, because we're not using any additional yeast, we're not necessarily using an active starter. This is a discard, and it's slightly active. We still have to let it rest. Now, you can rest it anywhere between 2 to 4 hours. 2 hours if your area is really, really warm. You can rest it for 2 to 4 hours, okay? The longer you rest, the better the flavor development. So it's not like bread. Because you know, if you leave bread just a little too long, it deflates. It's like, what do you want, right? So we're going to set this aside in a nice warm place, and we're going to wait. And I said I was going to show you the bread that I made yesterday from the dough, just to give you an idea of what I was going for yesterday. So this is the shape I was going for yesterday that I finally achieved once I got off live. So this is the bread recipe. It's nice. It's delicious. I'm going to make a full video for this bread itself because it made such a beautiful sandwich this morning. I was so excited. Okay, so now that we mixed up our dough, we get to see what it looks like once it's rested. So I just kept it in the oven. The oven is warm because the light is on. So I'm just going to show you guys. So this is the plain one. It's been resting in the oven for about 3 hours. So you can rest it in the oven. You can rest it at room temperature. And this is the cheddar and cheese one. So they've just been resting, just developing flavor and structure. So fingers crossed. Okay, so I'm going to be baking in 2 separate pans. I'm going to preheat my oven. Now, my issue is these dishes might not be deep enough. I might need to actually bake it in a deep dish. So I might take out my Pyrex, just 1 second, because it looks like I might need a deep dish. Because of the structure. Sorry. So we have this. So you can bake it in anything. You can even bake it in one of these. Let me see. These guys. You can line a pan like this with parchment and you can bake it. Or you can use a decorative or a cast iron. You know what you usually bake cornbread in? You could do that. That's not an issue. Okay, so I'm gonna do this one first. This is gonna be the cheddar, the dish for the cheddar. And we're gonna butter the pan. Now, I had set my timer for 4 hours for this to rest, but it really has been resting for 3 hours. So 3 hours work as long as the environment is warm. Room temp is fine. It'll definitely love it, but it's not hot. It's just warm. So the light in the oven is good enough. Just needs a place just to relax and ferment. Okay, so generously grease your dish. I think you can even use oil if you don't like butter. You know, some people don't do butter. You can use oil as well. Okay. This smells amazing, actually. So this is what we have. You can see the structure. So it's been fermenting and actually like chilling. So we're going to pour it in. We're not going to mix it. We're just going to pour it in our baking dish. So we're going to pour it and get you the back of a spoon, an offset spatula, even like a knife, something flat and smooth, just to level it out. If you want character, you can leave it. You can spin it. I do this with cakes. You can spin it like this, but I like to spread it out first and then spin it. So if you spin it, if you're using a metal plate, you can bang it, but we don't want to bang this because we're not trying to get rid of the air. But this is the cheddar cheese and peppers, sweet peppers. And now we're going to work on, this is too small. This is an 8x8. This is a 9x9. Ooh. This is an 8x9. I just don't want it to not have enough room because you already know. Okay, so this is what this one looks like. This is the plain one. It's smooth. It has texture, substance. I just need a pan. Okay, you know what? What I'll do, we're gonna put most in this. And if we have any leftovers, we'll figure it out. We'll put it in a different container. Because I don't necessarily want a square cornbread, even though that's usually how it's in. I like to be me. If I have extra, I might put it in a muffin tin and put it in the oven just to see how versatile the dough is. Okay, so we grease the pan. And now we're gonna add, now we're gonna add the plain one. Okay. It smells amazing as well. I just don't want to add too much. I want to see how far it comes up to before I add the rest. But it smells amazing. It really does. So we can add some more. And I tested the batter. The batter itself is not bad. It's a really good batter, but it's raw egg, so I didn't really get a good vibe. This might actually fit. Yes, it's gonna fit. I was just iffy because it grew so much. You know, it rested. It has enough time to develop extra flavor. Oh yeah, we're good. It's looking good. It's smelling amazing. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think the glass is gonna cook faster than the ceramic. I forgot which one cooks faster. I know the metal is faster and it'll brown it a lot faster. So we'll see. But this is definitely, this is fun. Ooh, this is gonna be a delicious day. I can eat this with my dinner. Nice cornbread for dinner. Okay, so again, just spread it out. But if you just leave it, honestly, it will just go flat. It really will go flat. Okay, so I'm just waiting for the oven while we have this here. But this is our cornbread. Am I hoping it gets a nice rise? Yes. Do I want it to spill over? No. Is it going to have structure? Yes. How high is it going to go? I don't know. I don't know how far up it's going to go. But we're about to find out because this is the first time making cornbread with my sourdough discard. So once the oven is ready, we will pop it in. So right now I have it set at 400 to preheat, just to get it really, really hot and warm. And then we're going to turn it down to about 350. But it's been a fun week. If you're just joining, we've been baking with sourdough all week long, 7 days of sourdough. There are tons of videos on my channel with the recipe included. And we're going to do another week next month. So every month, we're going to try to do at least 7 days out of the month of baking with sourdough. And you also get to vote on what it is you want to see me make with the sourdough. And then after the 7 days, we have a weekly live. Could be baking, could be cooking, but because I need to use up my discard, it's definitely going to be baking because I have a lot of discard. I have one more in the fridge, but we made headway. We're almost halfway with Fred Jr. and we're good. Okay, I'll move this over and we're gonna put this in the oven. Now my oven does have a hot spot. So at some point, I'm going to be rotating it in the oven. Okay, so we're gonna set this for, I like to put it at 20 minutes. 20 minutes is my starting point for everything because my nose will tell me what I need to check. So usually after 15 minutes, you can smell the difference in the product. You can tell if it's burning. You can tell a lot of things by just your smell. So we're gonna set it for 20 minutes and then we're gonna wait to see what happens with it. But I am excited. Now, while we wait, I do have to refresh my starter because he's doing the most right now. So I'm going to refresh my starter just so you see where we started from. He's a bit hungry now, but this is what we started back in March. And we've gotten 2 tubs of discard because I can go 2 days without feeding, but after that, it's a wrap. So right now, the starter is hungry. As you can see, doesn't look like it, but it's hungry because it's eating itself pretty much because it was up here and it sunk. So it's pretty much eating all its goodness. So now we have to refresh. Refreshing is usually for me, I try to do it at the same time all the time, but that doesn't work out. But I'm consistent with it. This is the second batch of discard that we have. I usually keep them in the fridge. So these two are discards and they stay in the fridge. They don't get traditional feedings. The only feedings that they get is when I add discard to them. So this time around, this is Frederica and this is Fred Jr., okay? Don't laugh at their names. So we usually use, well, I usually use, it's $2.50 for my discard, but I usually use about $200 from the main and then $50 from the little guy. Because to me, they are a lot stronger in flavor and it helps. So this is what I'm gonna do. This is her turn because even though she's in the fridge, she's still super active. And it doesn't matter if I go over the 50 grams that I normally say, because this right here, this is 115 grams. That's a lot. But as you can see all of that? That's activity. It's just cold. If I left this at room temperature, it would bubble over. So they're very active even though they're in the fridge and they're not liquidy at all. They're very firm. So I just use it. I try to experiment. And the good thing about it is that if I mess up, let's just say I mess up Fred. I have all this discard. I'm pretty sure I can do my starter all over again because they're filled with flavor. So we're just going to add the remainder of the 250 in here. And then get to mixing. Okay. But this is what the gluten structure is looking like for my starter. It smells amazing. Has a nice yeasty smell, like fresh yeast. If you ever used fresh yeast, you know what it smells like. It smells amazing. I love the smell of yeast. Okay. And then I will just add the rest of the starter into this discard because this one's almost empty. Halfway, whichever way. And we're just going to do that. And then we mix because I like to mix it up. So I bring whatever's at the top to the bottom just so it's incorporated. I don't know of the sourdough rules. Honestly, I'm learning as I go. I started doing sourdough back in March. And I was so hyper fixated on making bread and getting the perfect dough that I forgot you can make all these other things with the actual sourdough and the discard. So that's what these lives are about. We just make whatever we can. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, whatever your brain is thinking, we can try and make it. That's what I love about these lives. I mean, come on. Banana bread, carrot cake. Those are simple. Those are cool. We fried shrimp with the sourdough. We made crab cakes. We made fish cakes. We made chocolate chip cookies. I mean, I'm trying to make pasta. I'm just trying to, not that I'm inventing anything, because I'm pretty sure people out there are people like me that was like, ooh, I wonder what I can make with it. But that's what I love about it. And because prices of things are just so expensive, why not make what you can with what you have? That's my TED Talk for the day. That's pretty much what I'm trying to do. Now, is there a downside to this? Absolutely. Why? Because I'm out here putting on weight. But I'm happy. The food's delicious. Delicious food. Okay. And also, too, my discard is bougie. Okay? Very, very bougie. He does not like a dirty container. So I just try to get it out. It sounds trivial, right? But I'm telling you, it does not like a dirty container at all. So I clean it out, I wash, I do whatever. Doesn't like a dirty container because it will not grow properly. Like there's nothing wrong with the starter. It just does not like a dirty container. So I just try to get the sides just cleared because the sides, you know, they grow. It grows and it got stuff to grab onto. Think of it like is it an angel food cake? You know, you can't spray the sides with oil or else your cake's not going to rise properly, right? Think of it like that. It just needs like a clean enough environment for it to grow. So that's what I've been learning about sourdough. Patience and practice. That's pretty much what I've been learning. And it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. I even told my friend she's going to inherit this if anything happens to me. Because why not? People pass down things all the time. And I have this on to cover it. One, to protect it from my cap, and two, to stop the blowout. He's blown out many times before. Oh, I didn't mix. See, I'm busy talking and I'm not doing what I normally do. I'm so sorry, child. This is what I normally do. My apologies. We mix to incorporate everything. Bring the bottom up, send the top down, and then we're good to go. So it's 250 grams of starter. And then we're going to add 190 grams of water. This is just the ratio I use to refresh my starter. I interchange between warm water and cold water just to see if there's an actual difference in how it grows. I mean, warm water is easy to get your sourdough blended, but I think cold water actually, it takes a little longer, but it gives it a nice boost. Oh, I smell you. Ooh, that smells amazing. Okay, so I like to, if you're new and you haven't seen this before, this is what I like to do. People who've been following me, they know my routine with this. But I like to blend the water in with the flour. Before, I used to just add the flour and the sourdough and then add the water. To be honest, there is no difference, but this to me means that everything gets mixed in equally, no issues, no lumps, nothing. And everything just gets a chance to just grow evenly, right? It works in my head. This is my theory. It's definitely my theory. It works. It works for me. Definitely works for me. But yeah, just mix it in as much as possible. Get it going. It smells so yeasty and beautiful. See, like this right here, if you wanted to bake bread, you could. But I mean, this is the starter we're refreshing, right? Because it smells amazing. So now we're going to add the flour. Just let me get it. And the flour, I usually add about 375. And to be honest, if you go over a little bit, like if I had put in like 300 grams of starter for my water, I would have upped it to about 200 grams. That's just what I do. I try to be precise, but sometimes, you know, it doesn't happen that way. So I just adjust the water. It's not going to be an equal ratio, but it'll work. It's not going to, well, for me, my experience, it hasn't killed my starter. It hasn't done anything bad to it. I've added more flour, I've added more water, I've added more starter. Sometimes on purpose, sometimes on accident. You know those days you're tired, like, okay, I just need to get this over with? Yeah. But you just have to know. I think that's what I've been learning. You just have to know what you're looking for just to ensure that everything is fine. I'm not a sourdough expert by any means at all. I am learning. I'm going to tackle like getting the perfect loaf, but I have recipes that I'm like, ooh, this recipe is fire. Now, it may not have the crumb structure that everyone is like swooning over, but the bread tastes amazing. That's the perfect bread for me. One that is perfectly delicious. You can toast it. You can do whatever you need. You can cut it. It's nice. It's not hard, not dry. It's just delicious. The crumb structure, that's aesthetics. That really is aesthetics. And there's nothing wrong with it. But I'm not going to get discouraged because my loaf of bread doesn't look like someone else's at all. I think that's the most important thing. Just have fun. But this has been a very, very fun week. Again, if you're just joining, we are on the last day of our sourdough bake-a-thon. We had 7 days of sourdough. We made a lot of different things with the discard. And the last day, which is today, we are making cornbread. The cornbread is in the oven baking at the moment. It smells amazing in this kitchen. Once it's done, I will show you guys everything. Oh, we have, how many folks we have? 3? Ooh, okay. I am a peanut butter and jelly girl, but there's something about that jelly and butter on toast. What? Oh, baby. That's a good breakfast right there. What is this? Okay, so I'm just gonna add my dough. As you can see, my dough, my starter is hard. It's a firm dough. I just want to get everything incorporated. Now, is this good sourdough etiquette? Probably not. But I do it anyway. Because my sourdough doesn't mind. But that's pretty much it. And I let it sit at room temperature. This guy never actually goes in the fridge. Ever, ever, ever. I don't know what would happen if he went into the fridge. I don't want to test that theory just yet. But I clean up the lid area. Sometimes I press it down, sometimes I don't. The next change, I'm going to wash the container, which I do periodically. So we just cover it up, right? Fred, big boss. And then we put him aside. I have him on my dining room table and it's covered with a dishcloth or towel. And I just let it stay. No issues. I have a time lapse on my page of it. So I'm going to do another time lapse. Probably tomorrow after my feeding. So we're going to put these guys up because I smell the cornbread. The cornbread smells like it is ready. Oh, I need some butter. You know, I'm going to get some butter to put the butter all over it. Oh, baby. I'm so ready. Okay, we're going to put the little one in first. She goes at the bottom. And the big guy gets a bowl because he's prone to exploding. So he gets a bowl. Because I'm not cleaning up flour in this fridge. I'm not doing it. I would clean it up off a table, but not out of a fridge at all. Okay. Oh, you should smell this cornbread. My goodness. So yeah, for the cornbread, you can let it rest for 2 hours, 3 hours, room temperature if you want it Like if you want to expedite it, you rest it in a warm place for probably 2.5 hours and it should be good. This rested for about 3 hours and then we baked it. So I know there's a lot of waiting and stuff, but I like the wait because who doesn't want to wait for perfection? Like, what? I was looking for my oven thing, but that's okay. Oh, there it is. We are gonna check. We're gonna check. We're gonna check. We're gonna check. We're gonna check. Ooh. Oh, yes, Lord. It's a good Sunday. This is the plain one. As you can see, the bottom. But this is the plain cornbread. I'm just going to put it in just a little more to rotate at the back to get some color. And then I'm going to show you the one with cheese. I'm going to put some butter on these guys. Ooh. Oh, this is amazing. And this is the one with the cheese. This is the cornbread that we just made with our sourdough starter. Super amazing, super delicious. The one with the cheese looks like it needs a little more time. I'm gonna get a Q-tip. Not a Q-tip, a toothpick. I just want to test, but it looks like the one with the cheese needs just a little more time. Or not. My oven is on 1 today. Yeah, they look good. So we're gonna let the timer run out, and then I'm gonna just pull a dollop of butter on it. Ooh, I'm so happy. Ooh, let's look at the votes. Oh, no one likes peanut butter and jelly. Nice. I'm definitely, I like both. I like peanut butter and guava jelly, but I like jelly and toast with butter. Something about that, man. Amazing. So yeah, the last bit of butter here that we're gonna add. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. It smells amazing. And just that you're standing here, since we've been here, this guy has been chilling. This is the one we made on live. It's been at least an hour. It's grown a little bit, not a significant amount, but you just let it rest. Just let it rest. Let it double up in size. It doesn't even have to double. You just need to rest it in a nice warm place. And it'll be good. Even on top of the oven right here, it gets some nice warmth because it's there's a plastic wrap on there. It traps the gases and it just stays there. But it's good. We're almost done. I'm so excited because this is, ooh, what am I going to eat with this? I need to make a dinner just to eat with my cornbread. Like, honestly. Okay, let me take out the plain one first. And take that one out first because that one is done. Move you in the middle. Okay. Ooh, that looks so good. It looks so good. So good. So good. We're just going to add some butter on top. What? Again, you can use a palette knife. You can use the back of a spoon. You can use a knife. You can use whatever you want. This is perfect. Ow. Perfection. Honestly. No questions asked. There was no hesitation with this one. I'm happy. I'm actually really happy about this. So this is the plain one. And then we are going to get the cheese and jalapeno. Whew. It smells amazing in this house. I said jalapeno. It's not jalapeno. It's sweet peppers. I don't like jalapeno peppers. So we added cheddar cheese and sweet peppers. So yellow, red, and orange, I believe. And look at that perfect rise. Like it's a nice little dome cover. Oh, I wish y'all could have some. Now I gotta find ways of getting rid of this. I gotta give this away. All right, that's it. We're good. Oh, I'm so happy. I just want to double check the cheese one because this guy here, you know, probably needs a little more time, but yeah, he needs a little more time. But I'm gonna put it back in the oven when we're done, with the oven off. That should be enough time. But this is it, guys. This is our cornbread. We are not gonna see it sliced here on live, because I want it to be cooled 100%, or at least semi-warm, not piping hot. Okay, so you'll see the picture on my community tab. You'll see it on Instagram as well if you follow me there. But this is it. This is our sourdough starter discard cornbread. Oh, girl, you would definitely get the whole thing. Because remember, I have another one there to bake. Woo! I need to find ways of getting rid of this. But this is awesome. I'm happy you guys made me make this. Like you guys voted for this. This is awesome. It looks good. You could cut it, eat it with some honey and butter. What? Oh, amazing. And it has bounce to it. So I know the structure is nice. I'm admiring my work because it's soft. Because there's nothing worse than eating a hard cornbread. Y'all know what I mean. When you bite into it, it's like crunch. No, thank you. Again, for the recipe, you can make it plain or you can have additives. This was a plain base recipe, and then I just added the cheddar cheese with the sweet peppers. You can use honey or maple syrup. I use sugar because I didn't have honey or maple syrup. And if you don't want to use butter in the recipe, you can definitely use a neutral oil like vegetable oil. I wouldn't put olive oil in this because who wants olive oil cornbread? No. Okay. So that is it. Again, the pictures you will see on my community tab or Instagram. And I will see you back here next week. We will have another baking live. What are we going to make? I don't know. But that is it. Thank you so much for being here for 7 days of sourdough. Okay. It's been fun. It's been delicious. And I'm happy. Okay. If you have any questions, you can definitely hit me up in any of my comment sections. You can check me out on my website. You can visit any of my social media, send me messages. I do respond. I'm very friendly. Just don't be rude. Okay. But that is it for now. And I will see you back here next week for another live. And I'll see you back here tomorrow for another video. All right. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.